Hey everyone, watching this video, welcome back to another product unboxing. And we're going to unbox this remote control for the Panasonic PV9451 4-head hi-fi stereo VCR. And we're going to cut it open like so. Makes it so much easier. And here it is. Here's the remote control. And the reason why I got it is because of this. The TDK high standard VHS tape. Because we are going to record a physical copy of my sister's wedding next year. So we want to make sure this thing actually works. So we're going to need some AA batteries. And I guess I'll go into my DJ box and grab some batteries for this remote control. Okay, everyone, we finally are back with some batteries, and let's put some in. Okay, so we got that and this. So it takes AA batteries to run. Let's see. It works! That is so cool. It actually turns on the VCR. Let's try playing a tape. Let's try one of my new movies that we got. Let's test the Peter Pan VCR remote. So there we go. We're going to test out the VHS tape of Peter Pan. I mean, it'll automatically play, but we'll see if this works. And then press play on the remote. And that is so cool. It actually works instantly. Instantly. Okay. It actually works. Wow. Oh, an old Raisinets commercial. Let's see. Press stop. Rewind. It works. Oh man, it actually works, so there's no need to set it all up. Press stop and eject. That is so cool. Oh man, that is so cool. And let's see if the input works. Yeah, let's see if the input button works. Sort of press input there. Yeah, the input. L1 and L2 for line 1, line 2. That is so cool. It actually works. Oh man. Now I can actually record on VHS tape. I could take this VHS tape and record onto it. That is so cool. And there's the record button to record onto a VHS tape, which would be the high standard TDK VHS tape. But that is so cool. I never thought this thing would actually work. Oh man. But that is so cool. And that is the Panasonic Light Tower VCR TV cable DSS program director universal remote control for my VCR. And now I have a remote for the VCR. Believe it or not. Oh man, the true test will come later. So there's the input button, so we definitely need, so there's channel 1, or the line 1, line 2, but we'll leave it on line 1, or maybe line 2, because it's easy to get to, is line 2. But that's really cool. So I can use this when I'm watching VHS tapes, or recording on VHS tapes. That is so cool. So I now have more functionality to my Panasonic PV9451 4-head hi-fi stereo VCR. So I got one more remote to add to my collection. That is so cool. Let's test out this this tape right here. Pop the tape in. It should play. And if we need to rewind the tape, I'm going to show you how I'm going to rewind the tape. Press stop and rewind. Because the Little House on the Prairie, oh, it needs to be rewound. Here we go. That is so cool. So it's got the fast forward, stop, fast forward, rewind, play, stop. It's got a line button to change between the line 1 and line 2 inputs on the VCR. That's why I bought it, because it's missing on the VCR the line button to change between the line inputs to record directly on VHS tape from a line level source like my Mac or my phone. Because we're going to take my sister's wedding video and put it onto a VHS tape. That is so cool. So this really adds to my VHS experience for recording, having automatic control of the tape itself without having to get up and press the buttons each time. And I can actually eject using the remote control. That is so neat. That adds more functionality to the VCR. And now we're going to rewind Little House on the Prairie on VHS, The Christmas They Never Forgot. Pop the tape in, and then press stop and rewind. You see how easy that is? It really, really works. I'm really surprised that this thing actually works with my VCR without having to do anything. I guess because it's IR. It's an IR sensor. And, of course, we got the eject button to eject the tape. So this adds more functionality to my VCR. But that is so cool. I never had a remote control for my VCR before. Well, I did. It was attached to my TV. And I guess all the buttons on the remote worked for the VCR. So I now have that functionality with the Blue Line 4-head hi-fi stereo VCR of the Omnivision. And I mean, the only reason why I got it because it's got the input for line 1 and line 2, and we'll have to test it out with the actual cable itself. We'll do an updated video for the USB-C to AV input, so we can make sure it actually works when I record the video next year. And we definitely want this Victorian style wedding recorded on VHS just to add that old school look. An old school style, Victorian style wedding on VHS. Can never get better than that. But that is so cool. I can now record on VHS tapes. I can get more blank VHS tapes if I need to record something on VHS. But that is so cool. But that is so neat. There's the light, so it definitely does work. It has VCR, TV, and DSS cable. But that is neat. But that is the unboxing of my Panasonic and first look at the Panasonic remote control for the PV9451 Hi-Fi Stereo VCR. Take the tape out, and now it's ready to be played whenever I want to watch one of these movies. And then the power button, turns off the VCR and turn off the TV. But that is neat. It really, really works. So I'm now on line 2, and we will do a separate video testing the USB-C to AV cable, which means we have to go down to my room and get an extension cord to power it up to make sure it actually works with the VCR. And we won't do a test recording because we already know the recording's going to work. We just wanted to see how well it will look on the VCR when I record on the VCR. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.